I'm going to begin, David, by asking, I mean, of course, we had this kind of Chris Nolan approach to the superhero genre, which was this kind of almost quite sort of going for a kind of realistic, quite a dark, quite dour kind of mood.
Yes.
And we've kind of seen a kind of a shift in late where we're going for that more playful, kind of more adventurous kind of approach to the kind of genre. Is that what you're kind of going for this? Do you think that's what audiences are kind of craving at the moment?
I think audiences are just craving a good movie at the end of the day, and I wanted to make a movie with a good heart, and Suicide Squad definitely has that. But more than anything, it's about this insane family that comes together, albeit very reluctantly, and these are the bad guys. And even though they're bad people, you know, they do have good hearts, and they are capable of good, and they discover that about themselves.
And often in movies, we do have a kind of anti-hero in the lead. In this film, everyone's an anti-hero.
Yes.
Was it quite difficult to kind of create that kind of relationship between the audience and the viewer where you do sort of build us on, sort of get us on side?
Well, at the end of the day, they're just people. And yes, they're the baddies, and, you know, they may have made a few mistakes in life, but, you know, that's what this movie's about. It's about redemption. It's about who decides if you throw people away or not. And, you know, they do discover that they can have all the things that everybody wants, which is friendship and family and love and the opportunity to do some good in the world. And
I mean, we've seen the Joker, of course, before on screen. I mean, was there any particular comics that inspired this particular take on the Joker?
Hank Azarella's Joker, the Joker comic, was definitely an inspiration. That was sort of a deep dive into the Joker's psychology. Killing Joke, of course, which is the classic Joker graphic novel. But really, I went back to the very first Joker comic in 1942 and sort of looked at what is the essence here, because he was born fully formed into the world, and at the end of the day, he's just an insane gangster.
And we see a great little cameo from the Flash in this movie. I was wondering why that character in particular decided to bring into this story.
Well, Captain Boomerang is actually traditionally a Flash villain, so it made sense that the Flash would be part of his introduction.
I mean, each film in the kind of DC universe kind of filters into the next. You have certain little kind of moments that allude to certain scenes in future films. Do you have to bear that in mind, even when you're making Suicide Squad, and you know there's films further down the line made by different directors? Do you still have to bear in mind how the kind of timeline is going to be pushed along?
Absolutely. Think of it as a fleet of ships moving across the ocean. We just got to make sure we don't crash into each other.
And there's obviously been word of a Harley Quinn spin-off. Is that something that you're sort of interested in? Is that something that you reckon could really happen?
I love Margot to death. I mean, she's unbelievably good to work with, talented, and you know, let's take a look and see.
My sort of final question, really. I mean, obviously at the premiere there was, you sort of said that comment about Marvel, which I actually found really funny. I've got to be honest, and I quite like your kind of enthusiasm. But in all seriousness, is there a kind of sense of competition amongst the kind of studios? Are you watching their films and seeing, and do you feel that you're always trying to better each other, and is that quite healthy, do you think?
Well, I think that's part of the fun of this, is that, you know, it's a little bit like football squads. You know, you get to have your you get to root for your team, and some people root for both teams.
And just very quickly before I go, King Shark was replaced by Killer Croc in this movie. I was just wondering what the decision was behind that.
You know, I didn't necessarily want a full CG character on set, because you end up with sort of a person in a green suit, and, you know, I love Killer Croc, and he's a fantastic villain.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. Much appreciated.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey